Okay, so
Okay, go ahead.
this is our group, and we're just discussing a poem about how the title is "Weep Not, Maiden, for War is Kind," and we have all of our group members here on this lovely Friday evening, and we're just going to go through different parts of the poem and discuss our feelings about the overall tone of the poem, and we're going to support what we think about the poem and what the tone is of the poem by going through different quotes of the poem and discussing how that relates to the tone of the poem. So Jasmine has the questions, right?
Yes. So, first one is what is obvious? What is the obvious message of the speaker in the poem? So, what is the speaker trying to tell us about the "War is Kind" poem?
Yeah, who wants to answer that?
Uh, Wait, what's the question again?
What's the obvious message of the speaker in the poem?
I think the speaker is trying, like more likely the poem is talking about like the soldiers. That's from my understanding of how I read it. And
Yeah.
it's more like the speakers, how like we all know that like being a soldiers and going to war, there's only two options of like whether you're coming alive or dead. But like the speaker is just trying to kind of make it more like in a way of comforting the families or
The relatives.
the relatives of the people in the military. So, like how he says war is kind. I think he's just trying to just make a way to like people would think it's like the what do you call it? Like the speaker is just trying to make it more like it's fine. Like being a soldier is not like a hard thing to do or like yeah. That's just like my thoughts.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Second question: are there any details that make us doubt that message? So, okay, I'll answer this one. So, the details would be like when he kind of describes how, like, the father was like in the trench and like the yellow trench, which was kind of gross. Like these gruesome images don't really like add up with saying how war is kind, and like the where the corpses lie. That could like doubt how war is kind in a way because he's not really describing it in that way, so he's kind of contradicting his message.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you guys believe it? That war is dying?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. He's just trying to make it like it's like it's okay. War is good.
Yeah, it's almost like when he says that, it's kind of like almost sarcastic. I feel like it's just the way he's just illustrating a point that, like, I think war is never kind. But a lot of people, die in war and stuff, and people back home are affected by the people dying in war, and there's no like real support for those people. There's millions of people affected by war, and I think he says this as like almost a sarcastic way. I don't feel like he's serious when he says that. I don't know. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
Okay.
yeah. What's the next question?
Okay. How do the images of war make you feel about war? Are they images of kindness or unkindness?
That's unkindness.
Yeah. They're not very kind.
Yeah.
There's
Since
nothing
war
kind about
affected
war.
wars affect many
Yeah.
lives. Even
is. He
death
talks
where
about-
they had no options at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's crazy.
it's like when they're in that kind of areas, it's more like they don't have any choice or any like agency to do anything.
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah, nothing about
But they are
like.
such like soldiers. They're such a heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and the last question is, what does all of this tell us about the poem's attitude towards the tone of towards war?
Uh-oh.
Can you read that again?
Yeah. What does all this tell us about the poem's attitude or tone towards the war?
Tones of the wars.
So what do the details and images tell us about the poem's attitude or the tone?
Kind of a sad.
So yeah, so like the tone is like kind of sad, and even though he says war is kind, all his images aren't kind. The attitude is just,
Bad.
I don't know, it's kind of sad because it's like descriptive and gruesome and gross and all the how they died and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's sad when it's talking about the mother who hung her heart because she has like a heavy heart, makes her sad, makes the tone of the poem sad.
Yeah, but like as you see the poems of like there is kind of like a stanzas in like they talking about the loved ones and also the mothers of how like they found out the news about it. So it's
Mhm.
kind of connected to it. Like it's really sad when they found out that news of what happened to the people who's in the war, being a soldier.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Next question.
Anything else to add? That's it. That's all the questions.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Good stuff.
all right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you
Good
so much.
discussion.
Have fun.
All
Have
right.
fun, Will.
You guys too.